Welcome everybody. Johnny Joystick here. Today we are playing Road Riot 4-wheel drive. Developed by Atari Games, released in 1991. So in this game you control a dune buggy and you get to shoot little bullets or missiles or whatever at your opponents to slow them down. This is a fun little game. It had one home port for the Super Nintendo that was 2 players. It had the split screen for the races. There were versions planned and developed for the Genesis and the Atari Lynx, but they were never released. And that kind of surprises me, considering, you know, they were so hyped to release things like Pit Fighter and hard driving and hard racing for 16-bit systems and just about everything that, you know, they weren't really fit for. Especially the hard driving series. That was special in the arcade, but very much a product of its time. I'm not going to go into that too much right now, because we want to focus on hard driving here, or Road Riot. Excuse me, 4-wheel drive. But this is a fun little game. Not the best game, but it is one that I think is important when it comes to the discussion of game preservation. So like I said, this was released in 1991. There were 900 units made, and in the US, 300 in Ireland. There were 3 different versions of this game that you could get. One was single player stand up. One was a 2-player environmental sit down one, so you could race against your buddy. And here in the attract mode, if you see the blue cart, that would have been player 2 in the environmental. In the single player, it's just use the red buggy versus the yellow ones. All 3 are yellow. And then there was also a conversion kit, which I will talk about. But right now, let's go ahead and dive in to the game here. We've got 11 tracks to get through. Unlimited, you see like the little balls that we shoot. I think the first time I played this was a stand-up version. I want to say it was at Hills. It was definitely in a department store lobby. And I distinctly remember it being next to Super Off-Road. And it was pretty fun, you know. I never spent a lot of time with it, but I'd play it every now and then, throw a quarter or 2 in, give it a go. You get to keep continuing as long as you get first place. So, and that's what we're going for here. We're going to go through all 11 courses. We don't want to finish last place and get the sucker, but we're going to start from New Jersey and work our way around and finish in Australia. Yeah, I think the arcade at my local mall, it was an indie arcade, had the environmental version. I like how you get the George of the Jungle reference when you run into a tree. Not doing the best here, but that's okay. Oh, because first couple of laps don't matter. It's just the last one. That said, I do need to get my head in the game. Those red trucks especially. When you see those, some of them will be partially out in the road. If you hit them at the end of the game, you will get bonus points, hazard pay, which Atari loved putting in its games. There you go, hazard pay for red. This is the only music in the game. The final lap music, which I absolutely do not like. But I will say this, it does a great job of ramping up the tension. Well, at least we got third. So gotta continue. On to Vegas now. We loved our digitized graphics there in the early 90s. Especially Atari and Midway, Williams, Williams had Narc. Atari had Pit Fighter at this time, and then get some hazard pay. Now, the announcer, I need to do some research, and I might put a clip in, because I'm pretty sure that this announcer is the same guy that did the narration in Power Stone 2. There you hear that, oh no. And you will hear that again, I'm sure. And I swear it sounds exactly like the oh no in Power Stone 2. Oh, we did it. And of course, the ladies like to celebrate. They do have a good variety of ladies that you get. They're dressed a little more casually. Going on to Antarctica now. Antarctica. Do you love their puns? Yeah, this is a game, you know, it's not very good. That's nothing, it's not bad. It's actually a pretty enjoyable game. I have fun with it. As simple as it is. And yeah, here on the ice is very slippery, and so watch out for those ice rocks. Turn too hard, you're going to spin all the way around. Those puddles will also make you spin. There's the oh no. I think the most disappointing thing is how well I did on this earlier. Only I had a setting wrong. Well, we got third. I had a setting wrong and it didn't capture. Shake a leg. Didn't capture any of the game audio, but I love the pun, shake a leg. I like imagining that this is taking place in the fictional nation of Carbamia, which of course was featured in an episode of the Generation 1 Transformers. And I think it was season 1, but it was a reference to Libya, I think, or Lebanon, and Casey Kasem, yeah, who famously is the voice of Teletran 1, was of Lebanese descent. Did not appreciate the joke of about the nation of Carbamia, and as a result left the show. So there's some fun little trivia for you. I would find which episode that is exactly, but I'm trying to play a racing game. So, sorry. It's one with a cruise ship. I remember that. Oh, we got second. That sucked. Yeah, as I was researching more about this game, I came across a video of a guy who had one that was a cabinet. That there was a conversion kit one, and you could tell by the shape of the cabinet. He's like, this is one of, it was originally one of two games, and it was either going to be a Paperboy or a Championship Sprint. That the distributor really kitted out, put laminate on the sides and everything, said just repainting the cabinet. Did a nice job, like took a lot of care with the conversion to make it look brand new. You know, obviously when I say brand new, I mean that applies to 30 years ago, not now. But definitely looking a little aged these days, but you can tell back then it would have looked like you never would have known. And it, you know, it turned out it actually was a Paperboy cabinet. God, I keep hitting that cow every time. We did it. Finally. Oh, same ladies. I like how his eyes get big and animated in that. But yeah, people were like, well, Idi Amin da. Go, hey, you could convert it back to the original, to the Paperboy. And he brought up a good point about you know, how expensive it would be to do that. Because yeah, like a Paperboy is a classic, beloved game, and you know, highly collectible. And those will go for thousands of dollars. And even like just getting, you know, even like sourcing the parts to convert it back. So you need to get the handlebar control stick, and it, like that alone costs a fortune. And it's one of those things that makes Paperboy so collectible and desirable for collectors. But then, like, also getting like the PCB and all of that, and the work he'd have to do to the cabinet to get it, is like, yeah, this wouldn't sell for as much as it would as the Paperboy, but it also wouldn't cost him an arm and a leg. No, might as well get that hazard pay. Oh, no, I think that's the first time I've ever hit that rhino. Ah, well, we got third. And then he brought up a good point that because this is one of those games that's just, it's mediocre. It's a fun game, but it's not a popular game. It's not a highly desirable game. It's not a classic game. It's not one that, people really, really want in their collection. So he's like, how many of these do you think are out there compared to Paperboy? Like, there's probably more Paperboys than this out there, and that's true, and that comes to the whole discussion of game preservation, where it's like games like this, this is fun. It is not. It's not great. But these are the ones that will be overlooked, or like you'll get a cheap non-working one, and you'll be able to turn it into something else that you actually want. Put another board in it, and I think that is important to consider with these older, not so great games, because they're in a way a lot more endangered than the classics. I gotta say that this music is really effective at stressing me out on the final lap. Oh, I thought I was going to avoid that rock. Oh no! Not having a great race. We haven't gotten last, so we'll get points for all these, but I'm disappointed I haven't gotten first in more of them. I haven't done better. Like at least second place. So do you remember this in the arcade? Let me know in the comments. You used to play this, and if you played it on the stand-up or the sit-down environmental one. I definitely yeah. I definitely played a lot more in the gotten the different ladies. There are ones actually in bikinis. Maybe we'll see him here. I only played this once. This track, that was earlier today. And I think this is probably one of the harder tracks in the game. Good to pick up hazard pay from all the cabs. So if you're going for points. That better not cost me this race. All right. Whew. There we go. Atari did not skimp on getting the bikini babes in this. I love the art on some of these guys, like the host of the track. I might have to use Backwoods Ben in the thumbnail. So scary. The art style definitely reminds me of Arch Rivals. Yeah, I do appreciate the George of the Jungle references. It was relevant at the time. I don't think people would really get that these days. But back then, we got it. There was definitely a bit of a Georgia the Jungle renaissance happening at that time. I think it was around 91, 92 maybe, that there was the live action movie, Brendan Fraser. Maybe that came a little later. But definitely came out, and there was like a surge where they started airing the cartoons on TV again. All right. Finishing strong. I think, honestly, I think that the Georgia the Jungle Renaissance had to do with Weird Al doing a cover of the theme song. All right, last. I like the legally distinct version of the Land Down Under that plays before the start of the Australia track. And thanks for pushing me out of the way of that rock, guy. But yeah, so speaking of... Oh. A lot of rocks. Not gonna be an easy one. I don't know if we'll get 4 in a row. I think a lot of cabinets, this is just speculation on my part, because I'm pretty sure one that I played this on, one of the first ones, was a converted Road Blasters cabinet. That was also an Atari game, and it wouldn't have taken much to do the conversion on Road Blasters, but that was one that was pretty ubiquitous. And then it was just gone. Oh, wow. So we finished very poorly there. So yeah, dead last, you get the sucker. Let's see if we beat my previous high score though. I think we're going to, because I don't think I had this many first place wins. Yep, then we get 500,000. Oh no, I don't think we did. No. But probably the best ending scene in one of these 90s Atari games ever. Like, what the hell's going on? I love it. Here's a vacuum cleaner for you, buddy. You win. Thanks, guy from Chowanaki. So, yeah, I did worse on that first run through, but I did 30,000 points better than I did here. So, funny how high scores work. And that is Road Riot 4-wheel drive. Thanks you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did and you found any of the discussion there interesting, leave a comment. Let's continue talking about games like this that need preserved. You know, these fun but not classic by any stretch of the imagination games, because I do think that they are pretty endangered. Uh, and leave a comment, and don't forget to like this video, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I really appreciate it, and it really helps my channel grow. So thank you for watching, and I will see you all next time.